Hello children, we have already begun with chapter number 1, that is integers of standard 7. Today we are going to study about properties of integers. By now you already know what integers are. Let us try to understand certain properties of integers now. Properties of integers. Now children, integers are represented by the capital letter Z. Actually, it is taken from an Arabic word zalin for integers. So, integers, it is represented by the capital letter Z. Now, let us start with the very first property, that is closure property. Here, children, we all know that we have 4 operations to be done: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. They all are written one below the other on your left hand side. Here we are going to check the property that is known as closure property with respect to addition, subtraction, multiplication as well as division. So we are considering one property at a time and we'll go on checking for each and every operation. Let us start with the addition. Now, if A and B are Z, Z is integers, okay? That means, I mean to say, if A and B are integers, then A plus B is also integer. Now, this is as such a known fact. Let us consider one example. Here I have taken 2 and 3 as any two integers. You can go for any other number also. Now children, you have to add them up. 2 plus 3 is 5, everyone knows. Now what about 5? Children, you all know that 5 is also an integer. That is why it is being said, if A and B are integers, then A plus B is also an integer. That is why we will say that the integers are closed under addition. That means it is true. It is applicable for addition. Now let us move to the next operation, that is subtraction. Here again we are going to check the same property, that is closure property. So we have considered any two integers, that is A and B here. Again, you can have any other number also for A and B. For simplifying the thing, I have continued with the same number. If A and B are Z, that is integers, then A minus B is also an integer. So, choose any two number. Here they are 2 and 3 we have taken. And now when you subtract it, 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. Minus 1 is also an integer, that you already know. So we can say that integers are closed under subtraction. The next, that is over multiplication. Again you are going to consider any two integers on your own, multiply them and check whether the answer is also an integer. So that's what we have done here. We have again considered 2 and 3, any two integers, multiply them, we got the answer as 6. Now this 6 is also an integer. That is why we will see that integers are closed under multiplication. Next, over division. Now again consider any two numbers, any two integers and divide them. Then check whether the answer is always an integer. Children, there are certain numbers wherein the quotient, that is the answer which you get after division, may not be an integer. Here I have considered 2 and 0. You know that 2 divided by 0, it is something that is not possible. So it's not an integer. So we'll say that integers are not closed under division. You can check with other examples also. Let us move to the next property, that is commutative property. Now in commutative property, what you check is the order of addition, subtraction, whatever we are discussing about. Here, let us begin with the very first operation, that is addition. Now, if a and b are z, that is any integer, then a plus b equal to b plus a. That actually means you add the numbers in any order. You add the first to the second or second to the first, the answer remains the same. So children, one example is taken here. If 2 and 6, these are the two numbers which are integers, you know it. We are adding them. You add 2 plus 6. The answer is 8. Then you add 6 plus 2. You do this the other way. That is also 8. In both the cases, you get the same answer. That means addition is commutative for integers. Order of addition is not important. It can be from any side. Solution will always be the same. Let us check the same property for subtraction. Now you subtract in any order. Children, the answer is not the same. Here we have taken again 2 and 6 as the two integers. Now we are subtracting this. We are doing the subtraction in two ways. 2 minus 6. You know the answer is minus 4. Now change the order. 6 minus 2, it is 4. Can you say that minus 4 and 4 to be equal? Not at all. They are not equal. That is why we will say that subtraction is not commutative for integers. Similarly, let's check for multiplication. Now in multiplication, change the order 2 into 6 or 6 into 2. Both way, the answer will be 12 only. So we will say that multiplication is commutative for integers. The last one, that is division. Now change the order and check your division. Here 2 divided by 6 can be reduced as 1 by 3 and then you will get a decimal answer. And when you solve 6 divided by 2, it is clearly 3. Both the sides are not equal. That is why we will say that division is not commutative for integers. So you have to remember these. If you are not able to remember, no problem. You can check on your own. The way we have taken the examples, you take your own examples and check. That is how also you will come to know. One more property, that is associative property. Associative property is always considered for 3. Minimum, you'll have 3 integers at a time. When we are talking about 3 integers at a time, it is associative. Again, it is related to the order of addition, multiplication, whatever we are talking about. The very first one, over addition. We are considering A, B, C as 3 integers. Now we have changed the order of addition. Children, bracket means you have to solve that part first. So left hand side tells you A plus B plus C. That means you will add A plus B first and the answer will be added to C. You will get an answer. Then the right hand side tells you A plus B plus C. So here the addition of B and C to be done first and that sum to be added to A. Now one example I will explain with the help of the example. Now children, 2 plus 3 plus 1, that is the left hand side. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1, 6. Now move to the right hand side. It is 2 plus 3 plus 1. Now bracket has 3 plus 1 in it. So start the addition from that side. It is 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, that is 6. And you know that on both the sides you are getting the answer as 6 only. So you will say that associative property holds true for addition, or you can say addition is associative for integers. For subtraction, example is given, you solve it. Left hand side, 2 minus 3 minus 1. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So your left hand side is actually minus 2. And when you solve the right hand side, you'll solve the bracket first. 3 minus 1 is 2 and 2 minus 2 finally 0. So you will see that both the sides are not equal. So you will finally decide that subtraction is not associative for integers. The next, over multiplication. Now again you try with an example. You will see that in this case, that is in the case of multiplication, both sides are equal. When both the sides are equal, we'll say that multiplication is associative for integers. The last operation now, that is division. Take the numbers. Here we have taken them as 2, 4 and 6. You try to solve it out. You will see that the LHS and RHS, they don't match with each other. They are not equal. So we finally conclude that division is not associative for integers. That's all for now. In the next video, we are going to study about more properties. Thank you for now.